Hello people, just wanted to make a video on the current situation that's occurred over the last day or so. Just wanted to say quickly to the people out there, thank you for the support, the nice comments. I'm not really used to the positive attention, and it does mean a lot to me. See, money ain't a driving force to me. Just nice comments off of people is enough, to motivate me and drive me along. So trust me, it means a lot to me. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, let's get on to it. So, I watched one of Swan's videos last night. And usually I don't really watch Swan's videos all the way through, because majority of the time he just chats shit, you know what I mean? But I watched it, and if you missed it, it was hard to fucking hear it, do you know what I'm saying? But you would have missed it if you hadn't watched it all the way through. And basically it was saying that the fight between me and him might not be happening for quite a few months now, because the guy that was meant to be setting it up, obviously has got to, because he wants to do all this properly, which I don't blame him, do you know what I mean? He wants to have all the right licenses and insurances and stuff like that. Obviously they're going to take time to obtain, so unfortunately at this present moment he can't sort that fight out under his name or whatever, or under his card, whatever they would say. So I was slightly wounded about it, obviously Swan doesn't seem too fussed, it didn't seem that way anyway, but for me, I am, something to set my heart towards, something, to get up in the morning, something else, to feel good about and shit like that. And ultimately last night I did feel quite wounded. I told quite a few friends as well, that I'm fighting bare knuckle. And to be fair, I probably look like a bit of a mong, because it's not happening. I even told my kids, and even my 6-year-old were wounded from me as well. I said to him, oh, I'm not fighting that kid now. And they were like, what, really? Why? Do you know what I mean? And ultimately, even my little boy wants me to get out there and succeed and achieve. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it's about, innit? People are out here doubting me, saying I'm just a big mouth. Trust me, I won't be chasing the Swan around like I am right now, trying to get a fight with him. So I thought to myself, well, he's fighting on that Spartan show, that Spartan Wars, so I'll try and get in contact with someone who could possibly get me on there. So I messaged someone on Facebook. I won't mention his name. If he watches this, he knows who he is, and I just want to thank him for getting, back in contact with me and giving me the details I need to obviously try and get this shit rolling. So I messaged the owner of Spartan Wars, who messaged me today and said he would be back in contact with me when he's not too busy. So hopefully that happens soon, and I can sort out a little fight, because like I say, I want this. I want to scrap him, you know what I mean? Get it under the fucking table. Man's been chatting too much fucking shit, do you know what I mean? Lying about me, saying he's going to annihilate me and rearrange my face, and just utter fucking nonsense. The same shit he said about Ben Hatchett and then got fucking slapped out. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. In my mind, I've got a fucking point to prove, and I want to prove that point, especially to the people out here saying, I'm probably not about that, and I'm just a big mouth like the rest of them. Just won't show my fucking face, mate, that's for sure. Nah, do you know what I mean? Simple. But yeah, it is. That's just how it is. It has been a bit of a fucking head fuck, if you want to say that. But hopefully I can get it on track, and Swan agrees to it, and we can get it on Spartan Wars. You know what I'm saying? Simple. So I'll leave that at that. I just wanted to say a little bit about the Ben Hatchett thing. Look, I don't know how that kid's got the audacity to go around and call anybody a shit fighter. Like I said, because he rang me up the other day, yeah, because I gave him my number, yeah, a little bit of fucking backwards and forwards, down phone, whatever, because he said I were a shit fighter and my jab wouldn't touch him. And like, the thing about it is, right, is like I said, yeah, it's in anything you do, whether it's learning. To be the best, you have to learn off the best. Even, in competitiveness, sports, whatever, to be the best, you have to beat the best. When you run around fighting people like Bobby Kay and people like that, we've seen already when he comes up against good people who can throw hands, they might not be the ultra best, but they're better than him. Do you know what I mean? I ain't the best scrapper, trust me. I've got my own skill sets on the street, and that's the way I see it. Do you know what I mean? I don't roll around thinking I'm a bad man like he does. Because ultimately what happens, if you roll around like a bad man and you get slapped up, you get embarrassed. People just think you're a fucking sausage. Do you know what I mean? And then he's texting me going, oh, Dean Lynch Ward's trying to ring you and all this lot of fucking shit. Like, why is Dean Lynch going to be trying to ring me? Do you know what I mean? Getting himself involved in shit. You know what I mean? That really I don't have naught to do with him. He's got his own fucking shit he's dealing with, this bare knuckle contender thing. And do you know what? At the end of the day, this is how I see it, yeah, with Dean, He were a dick 8 months ago. He was chatting shit about the gangster ping pong pow pow whack whack ding 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 ding. Do you know what I mean? And the transition in my eyes that is made from where he was, say, like 8 months ago to where he is now, he's fucking matured quite a bit. Only he could do that. Man set his heart on wanting to do something legit. Set up his own little fighting business. I don't knock him for that. One bit at all, mate. At least he's got a plan. And they're the sort of people that I respect. The people that want to do shit for themselves and put themselves in the right position in life and have a plan. You know, because that's the way I see it. I just respect the people I can learn a thing or two off. The people that can represent themselves properly, who don't roll around like the big men, hard men bastards. Because you don't get you nowhere in this fucking world. You have to be humble. That's the way I see it. That's why I keep, I'm just here with my opinion. Do I say that bad of things about people? Yeah, like Film Boy and that. Because they're all scamming bastards, mate, when they're robbing their own fucking people. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting a free pass after fucking scamming hundreds of pounds and all that. Like, same as Decker Heggie, mate, when he's talking shit about, going on about, oh, I've got this £200-300 here, I'm going to record it, giving to the charity and all this sort of shit. Shit that never materialises. They're all as bad as each other. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we're getting on to other shit there, fucking hell. Just mentioning bollocks there, aren't I? But that's just how it is. Look, Ben actually can't say anything about nobody about being a fucking shit fighter. Because this is the way I see it. I'll leave it with this. If I'd have been doing that art, sport, whatever, for as long as what he has been doing it for, I'd have at least been expected to be a lot fitter, cardio-wise, and have a lot better fucking skill set than just throwing. You should call him Helicopter Hatchet, because that's what his new name is from now on. Fucking Helicopter Hatchet. Because the way he swings them fucking arms about, man. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, it is what it is. People have their own. He disses me. He says I'm shit and all this. Like, it is what it is. I know I'm not the best. But it doesn't mean, like, this is how it is. I haven't trained to be a fighter. But I know if that I trained and I put the time and effort in, because I listen, I learn, I like to learn, I like to listen. Do you know what I mean? There ain't many people like that. I always get praised for that sort of shit because I'm willing to learn and listen. You know what I mean? And I know that if I tried, I'd probably make something of myself. But, you got to get in there first. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get this fight with Swan and get it all going. You know what I mean? This guy off the owner of Spartan Wars gets in contact with me, and like I say, and he agrees to it. But that's the current state of it at the minute, and I've got my fingers crossed and everybody orifice crossed as well. Trust me on that. But anyway, cheers for listening, people. Peace.